What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a video that has been highly requested in the comment sections of recent videos, and that is how I find PSA cards that are good deals on eBay, which I can then flip and make a profit on. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say it takes a lot of time and effort. It is not every day I'm going to go on eBay and find the perfect deal that I'm going to make, you know, $20 or $30 on every single time. Sometimes I go on for an hour or two and I find absolutely nothing. And then other times I go on and I buy 5, 6, 7, 8 PSA cards, and it's a great time. You know, it's just you got to be on eBay at the right place at the right time, and sometimes you're there and sometimes you're not. So let's get into things. Let's go start looking at eBay right now. So here we go. What we're going to do is every time I start, I just type in PSA Pokemon, and that's what I start with. So right off the bat, there's quite a few interesting things. See, it just jumps out to you sometimes. So here we have a cool Porygon, PSA 9 Black Star promo, and it's a bidding... It's an auction, so it has 3 hours, 58 minutes left on it, basically 4 hours, and it's only $13.50. Now, if you know, grading cards in PSA range in price, so sometimes it's $8, sometimes it's all the way up to $20. It depends on your subscription, who you go through, and everything. Now, my rule of thumb generally is that most cards are around $12 to grade, and if there's a card around that price, it's basically I'm going to be looking at it. So this one's around $13.50, and it's a Black Star promo, and it's a PSA 9, so it's in mint condition. Not gem mint, but it's in very good condition. If it's sold for $13.50, so if I put in a bid for $14, I think that would be pretty easy to flip, as an example. So let's go through some more. I'm just scrolling through. This is what I normally do, is I just go on the PSA Pokemon and just like scroll through. Here's a Hitmonchan, but it's a PSA 5 at $25. No way. This one's interesting, though. Ditto 1998, so it's in Japanese. So Japanese cards, if you don't know, are a little bit cheaper, the vintage ones anyway, than the English ones. And it's a PSA 9. It looks really nice. I love that. And it's got, again, so it's by the same seller. 4 hours left at $8.50. I'm gonna add that to my watch list actually, because if it sells for anywhere between, you know, $9 probably up to $18, that's an easy peasy flip. That is so simple. So most of my purchases or most of my finds are generally through auctions. So maybe today you won't see me actually buy anything because they're going to be through auctions and stuff. Now that we've gone through a bit of the searching, this is what I tend to do. Most YouTubers will tell you to go here to the newly listed section and try pick off, you know, the early auctions. They'll tell you to go message the guy and say, hey, what's the lowest you can do, and I'll just buy it straight from you instead of you having to wait a week. But what I do is this: I go to ending soonest, so I can spend the last, you know, next hour looking through these and pinching them at the last second. And most of my deals are done through this. I bought numerous cards under $10 by sitting here with, you know, like this, 40 seconds left waiting to buy it. So let's go to the auction. And so we have, so as you'll see, there'll be some cards that are not actually PSA. They'll just have PSA 9 in it, miscut, and it's not even PSA graded. That always ticks me off a bit, but it is what it is. So we'll scroll through here and see what we can find. Nothing jumping out. So one of my rules of thumb, another one, is that I tend to only go for vintage cards. So this one here is actually quite interesting. A Ancient Mew promo. Now, as you guys know, there's several different kinds of Ancient Mew promos. But yeah, this is not bad. $16.50. I don't think I'd go over $20 for this Ancient Mew promo. So this one has another hour left, so I'll probably add that to my watch list. But anyway, as I was saying, I tried to only go for vintage stuff, and I tend to only look at ones that are under $30. I've only sold, I think, 4 cards that are over $40 that I bought. So, you know, I tend to look for lower priced cards. So let's continue scrolling. And this one's actually really cool. I love this. This Master Ball Holo. I don't know what this is from, actually. Red Green gift set. I'm not too sure what that is, but nonetheless, really sweet. I mean, if you got that for, you know, 35 or under. I know I'm kind of breaking my own rule here and going above that, but I would add that to my watch list. Now, another thing that I tend to do is this. You'll see that, you know, people who generally put really well put together auctions, I would always go check out their page because they tend to have more than what they're just selling. So if we go items for sale, and then if we go to Pokemon individual cards, so you'll see here they have a Shadowless Charizard, which I obviously can't afford, Shadowless Mewtwo, Shining Magikarp. These are well out my price range. But here there's a first edition Shadowless Jinx Beckett 9.5 for $29. First edition Metapod. Look how much these first edition Shadowless cards are going for now. It's a freaking Metapod. Metapod's going for over $31. What? It's nuts. Diglett. First edition Shadowless Diglett for nearly $100. That is nuts. The first edition Shadowless stuff is just off the chains now. Seriously, first edition Shadowless Pikachu 9.5 graded, $5,000. Absolutely nuts. So as you can see, that guy only has one thing that's relatively in my price range. So I'll come back to that hopefully in a couple hours, and we'll see what happens with that. Cool Shadowless Charmander here. So again, this guy here, Probstein, I'm not really sure how to say it. I've bought off of him many times in auctions. So here's his store, and we'll check quickly. So you have 1 hour left in this Charmander. So a lot of his stuff ranges. I've bought from this guy for $9, and I've also bought off of him for $30. I got my boss's orders for $99.97, I think, off of him. So he has a range of stuff, quite a lot of Shadowless stuff actually, which is really cool. Nothing jumping out to me. Another thing I tend to go for, one of my tips is I only really buy stuff that I myself would want. You know, I'm not going to buy, for example, this Drowsy, simply because I don't want one. I know there's a lot of Drowsy fans. I know there's a lot of Ghastly fans. I know there's a lot of Poliwhirl fans probably, but none of those Pokemon appeal to me at all. So if I don't want them, and for whatever reason, what happens if I don't sell it? Do I make a loss? Probably not. I'd prefer to keep stuff myself. I've never really not had a PSA card sell, and that's because I think it's because I'm going after cards that I like and I know are popular. I never really take too much of a chance with it. I mean, I think like this Professor Oak card, it's a PSA 10, Shadowless 2. I think that one would sell quite nicely. You know, any of the starters, but they're so expensive now. Pikachu promos are always a good one. There's always going to be a Pikachu person after a promo. Japanese Raichu for $26. You know, you really need to be around here. Oh my gosh. This is only 3 hours left and it's at $225. I'm definitely... So if you didn't know, Swampert is one of my favorite Pokemon. So I'm going to definitely be looking after this one. If I win this, I mean, this is a $2.25. $2.25. My goodness. So yeah, I'm definitely watching that one and seeing if I can win that. This one here, Sabrina's Alakazam for only $7.50. Yes, please. Yes, please. So let's see. Let's see anything else. So that Ditto one, you know, if it stays relatively low, I'm gonna have a look at that one for sure. Keep going. I love Torchic, but I don't know. I mean, maybe if it's like turns out to be like $5, I would probably buy it because, you know, that's lower than the cost of grading. Like I said, you know, if I can sell that for $7 or $8, then so be it. I mean, there's a nice Quilava for 99 cents. Oh, that's 4 days left, 4 days remaining. So that's where you have to be careful. So after this one here, the Smeargle, it turns to 4 days. So there's like a 3 day gap. So that's everything from him. Let's go back to PSA Pokemon. So let's continue. So yeah, I really want this Master Ball. Really interested in that Master Ball. See, this kind of stuff is what I don't buy. It's too new. You know, if I really wanted to, I could go and Troll and Toad, get a mint one for, you know, that probably sells, what, for $5? Go and grade it for, what, $8 to $12? You know, I'm spending maybe $22 to $30 max to getting that card. Or going on eBay and spending $29 or $30 more than I should be. So that's my thought behind why I don't buy, you know, any modern stuff, PSA wise, just because I can get it so much cheaper doing it by myself. Whereas with vintage stuff, getting a PSA 10 is so hard. It's so hard. It's almost impossible, it feels like sometimes. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna look at the newly listed. Like most YouTubers would probably tell you, go look at the newly listed so you can quickly snatch up any deals. Yeah, I've never really put you know, newly listed and quickly snag something, especially with PSA, because most people who are selling PSA cards know about the hobby. They're not someone who's going through their garage and they find a Pokemon collection and they throw it up there for $100 when it's worth $1,000. You know, these are people who actually know what they're doing. And that's why auctions are good, because sometimes, you know, people miss them. People miss out on auctions, I'm telling you guys. I've not made a loss on a single PSA card yet, and I've sold 30, 40 of them from eBay. If that Lieutenant Surge wasn't a PSA 5, I'd 100% go for it, but not looking for a PSA 5. I tend not to go for anything under a PSA 7 unless it's a Charizard. If it's a Charizard, you know, usually they're pretty easy to flip. Oh, I love that Snorlax. Glossy Japanese promo is so cool. I sold one of these the other day, an Aerodactyl. It was a Beckett graded 9.5 first edition. This guy says, this also annoys me. This guy here says, Pokemon PSA 9 mint, correct. First edition fossil. This is not first edition. It literally does not have the first edition stamped, and it doesn't say first edition. This is where I really wish eBay had like a thing where you could flag like false information, and tell them why it's false. Because it's not first edition. So my first edition, which was first edition, but Beckett graded 9.5, mint card, sold for 110 or 115 on eBay, and I bought it for 74. So but yeah, so many people put first edition and they don't know what the hell that means, and it drives me mad. So I think that's about all I'm going to look at today. You know, I spent 20-25 minutes searching through eBay, talking about what I normally go through, and there is a decent amount of listings out there. I mean, today I found, you know, 6-7 cards that I've put on my watch list that I'm going to go through while I'm watching the NFL tonight. I'll probably be on my phone trying to win those bids. But so yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I win 1 or 2 cards. That would be so awesome to kind of prove to you guys that it does work, and the strategy does work. But the most important thing is patience, time, consistency, continuing to look on eBay. You know, I do it first thing in the morning and last thing before I go to bed. Those are like my 2 things that I do. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'd really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you guys again very soon. Thank you.